It's Rebecca, and I want to tell you about a conversation that I had with the dark dragon of fear and paralysis and the miraculous healing code that you can use for any dark dragons of your own. Now, let me tell you how this came about. For several weeks now, I've been planning a special money manifesting course just for light workers, because the brain of a light worker just doesn't work the same way about money as the brain of the average person. We're so compassionate and give everything away. But let's get back to the dragon story, because Spirit said to me, one of the things I have to do in lesson 1, and I'm reading from my journal and my notes, is take care of the 3 main dragons, the dark dragons. And this can be an analogy, however you want to take it, but here's what they are. One is deservedness. You don't deserve abundance, and that's due to number 2, which is malicious programming and implants directed and targeted towards light workers. And I'll tell you why when I get into conversation with the dragon. And then number 3, paralysis. You can't get off the merry-go-round of fear. Fear of doing the wrong thing, fear of being criticized. Some of you have had past life experiences where you were killed for using your gifts. And one of the things about light workers is that you have fear of charging for your services when you have expended very, very large amounts of your life force energy to learn and to use these talents that you have. So how did this come up for me? Because I've been working on this course and I just haven't put it out there, and I realized that I was having a little issue with this paralysis dragon. Why? Because I'm concerned that I won't talk about the course enough that you're going to understand how it can actually change your brain. So I said, well, let me take care of myself. Physician, heal thyself. So I decided to just, okay, you say they're dragons, so let's talk with one. So first of all, I did this, and I would like for you to pause this video after each little thing once we get started, and you do it too. The only reason I'm making this video is so that you can get free of your fear and paralysis and do something that your heart's desiring, your heart's on fire for. So the first thing I said is, I acknowledge that I have, Rebecca Marina, I have been affected by this paralysis / fear dragon. Admit it. There's no shame. I mean, it's their job to go around and mess with us whenever possible. So I call the dragon into a circle of light. This particular one, remember there's others. Every week in the course we'll be dealing with the block first, and then we're going to move into changing your brain. You can't change your brain if you're full of paralysis, fear, unworthiness, and implants. So I said to the dragon, well, who do you work for? By the way, you can talk to any spirit, light, dark, medium. You have the personal authority. And the dragon immediately answered, dark forces that will keep you in ignorance if not dispelled by the light. That is my job, and I'm very good at it. And remember, I'm reading this from my direct conversation that I wrote down. So then I asked this dark dragon, well, why do you target light workers? Because you know, Darker energies feast on chaos energies, no matter who it comes from. But I asked for this fear and paralysis, what do you target light workers? And the dragon answered, to keep their head down, to keep them in so much false humility that they will then blame either themselves or others, and they'll never see me, who is the real culprit. And you know that any kind of blame keeps you just stuck, equal to paralyzed. So then I ask another question. Well, I said to the dragon, well, now that I've seen you, buddy, and the divine Sophia has given me the code to dispel you, what will you do? And the dragon answers me. Now this might surprise you. The dragon says, divine Sophia will never completely destroy me, for I do serve a divine purpose, and that is to goad people into discovering their own power. Yes, using the code divine Sophia gave you, and in parentheses, I'm going to give it to you, so hang on. I may be dispelled. And then the dragon starts begging me, please have mercy and don't teach anyone else the code. If that happens, I will begin to lose my power and I'll have to be reassigned to something else. I'm starting to almost feel sorry for this dark dragon, even though he's been tormenting the pee-pee out of light workers everywhere. Here's what else he has to say. I love this assignment of fear and paralysis. I'm very good at it. And I don't wish to lose my status in the dark dragon community. Then I would have to start all over as low tormentor on the totem pole. So I'm having this, back to me, I'm having this dragon of fear and paralysis in a circle of light. By the way, you can call any spirit, living or dead, into a circle of light, and they have to come according to the Egyptian law of Ren. Even if you call the spirit of a living person, they have to come. So the spirit, not the whole person. So I want to explain a little bit about the code, and before I do that, I want to tell you about this book that if you don't have it yet, it's like, see all the, it's so marked up. I mean, I don't know how many times I've read it. I go back and I get something new, but I learned about something very powerful that you can use and that's real in this book, and that is, of course, the divine Sophia, which I already knew about. I just didn't realize the power that she's granting us, and not she's correcting me, not granting you, bring it to your awareness that you have it. And so she told me that the code is asking for assistance for something that's mightier than any kind of dark dragon or dark force. And what would that be? A mightier dragon, a mighty Sophia dragon. Just close your eyes and imagine this enormous, mighty, tremendous, holy, loving, transformative dragon of light, the Sophia dragons, who are here for us all to call upon. So I said out loud, and I want you to pause this because I want you to come back and say it out loud. I want you to do this exercise. The purpose of this is to set you free. So with authority, here is what I said, and you will say, I call for the assistance of the mighty Sophia dragon most suited for this assignment. Now, Just like there are different streams of angelic energy, different Sophia dragons might be more suited. So I call for the Sophia dragon most suited to help dispel this dark dragon from my energy field. And when I teach the course, of course, we're all going to be dispelling our own dragons by the power and spiritual authority that we already have. You just don't know that you have it. It's like having a whole bunch of money in the bank and you don't even know you have it. So, instantly, I feel the presence of this loving, benevolent, precious creature who, you know what they do? Do they go and knock the heck out of the dark dragon? No. They hold space for me to step forward in my spiritual authority, just like you will. So I now am addressing the dark dragon of fear and paralysis, and I say, I demand that you remove all particles of the power you have insinuated and tricked me into believing. Now, you'll hear how my voice is speaking up. That's how I want you to do it. I continue. Remove it from my inner core, all fluids, all nerves, all organs, all brain cells, and from the marrow of my bones. You know, information is stored in stone and bone. You want to make sure you get your bones clear as well. I continue. I don't want to leave anything out. All parts of my physical body be cleansed now, including any and all parts, fluids, bones, tissues, lost during any surgeries. You know, when they operate on you, they take stuff out, they certainly take your fluids, exchange them, all kind of things. You want to protect all levels of your being. Next, I'm still demanding of this dark dragon, who is shrinking by the moment, cleanse all layers of my auric field, my Ka body, and from all my multidimensional selves. I demand that my Akashic records be changed to reflect my new freedom from the dark dragon of paralysis and fear. Dark dragon of fear and paralysis, you are now banished from my field. Go. The circle of light fades along with the dragon. All that remains is the great and mighty Sophia dragon, who begins to breathe her holy breath upon me. Her sweet smelling holy breath begins to mend all the now empty spaces within me that were once filled with paralyzing fears. Even my inner child is coming out of hiding and into the light, yearning, stretching, leaping, beginning to skip and play with joy and freedom. And now, the mighty Sophia dragon begins the mending of my auric field, even far out into the cosmos. I am aware that Holy Spirit divine light is pouring blessedly into my entire being, including the awareness of my multidimensional selves. I am thankful and I rest and recharge. Now, when I finished this exercise, I expected to be hit over the head with a big old stick of energy. But what I found is that I was in a state of bliss. And I'm like, but I need to hurry up and go finish that course I'm working on and let people know. And I need to make a video about this conversation I just had. And Sophia said to me, Rebecca, enjoy the bliss. There is time for all things. There is time for all things. If you'd like to have a copy of this exercise in writing, there'll be a link within the video. Also, I urge you to take advantage of my free 30-day prosperity program. And if you'd like to be notified of when my Change Your Brain, especially targeted for light workers and money, comes about, I'll send you a notice of that. I'll have a link on the front page of my website. But for now, take care of your own paralysis and fear. And know that you're loved. And if you haven't gotten this book, the Sophia Code, there is so much liberty in this book. And let me tell you, Kaya Ra, the author, she went through hell and she came out on the other side. And her channel remained pure. And this information in that book will set you free like nothing else that I've ever seen. This is Rebecca. While you're here, subscribe to my channel and feel free to leave your comments in the section below. What would be really cool is if you did this exercise and then left your comments about how you're feeling. Although be aware you might just feel languid and blissful for a little while the Sophia Dragon works with your energy. I'm Rebecca Marina, and I'm blessing you from the magnetism of my powerful, loving human heart.